Good morning. Today we want to talk about finishing off in terms of talking about the layers of the Grand Canyon. One of the things that I keep coming back to that I wanted to talk to you about is limestone. So layers of limestone are layers that are laid down during a time when sea creatures have to have lived there. So when the water recedes and the sea creatures die and decompose, they have their skeletons that are predominantly made of calcium are left behind in the sediment to decompose. As a result, that layer of sediment is different from the regular sandstone because of the high amount of organic matter that's left behind. And we did talk about the fact that, gypsum is a type of limestone that we use when we build houses, things like that. But I wanted to talk predominantly about what that means in terms of organic life. In order for those sea creatures to have been there, it means at that point in time, we had to have had warm, shallow seas that were covering the earth. So that gives us a good indication. And remember, when that layer of rock was set down, that at the time was the top layer. So the Grand Canyon wasn't nearly as high. That was our top layer. And as a result, we are able to go back through time and tell, because of the presence of that calcium in the soil, that it was, in fact, covered by seas. Now, the way we test a rock for calcium is to drip acid on it of some kind, usually hydrochloric acid. But if you want to go out in the garden and take a walk and pick up a variety of different rocks and bring them back to your house and stick vinegar on them, the same process will happen. It will just happen to a slightly lesser degree. What will happen is that if your rock starts to fizz, that means there is limestone. The fizzing is caused when the acid interacts with the calcium that is in the rock. What happens is that it's releasing the carbon dioxide in the calcium. So that is how we test for the presence of limestone.